What's up, you guys? It's Susie Bullock from HeyGrillHey.com, and today I'm going to show some tender loving care to vegetables. That's right, we are making a smoky grilled ratatouille that is delicious and robust enough to serve as a main dish or a beautiful supporting side to any of your smoked meats. Veggies don't get enough love on this channel, and today we're going to change that. Let's get started. The ingredients for this recipe are pretty simple. You're gonna need 2 sweet potatoes, 5 Roma tomatoes, 2 zucchini, 2 yellow squash. We're also gonna need 4 cups of marinara sauce. You can use bottled marinara sauce, or if you're feeling extra decadent or committed to the veggie love situation, you can make my smoke roasted tomato sauce. I have the link in the video description. You're also gonna need my chicken seasoning and a couple tablespoons of olive oil. All we gotta do now is chop all of our vegetables. We're gonna peel the sweet potatoes, take the ends and the tops off of our zucchini and yellow squash and our Roma tomatoes, and we're just gonna slice them into evenly sized thickness rings so that we can arrange them.
Do it again.
Okay, if you need me, I'll be here for the next, 15 minutes. You could do this with a mandolin or even an electric food processor. Sometimes I just need to work it out with a knife and a lot of vegetables. So sweet potatoes are not traditional ratatouille foods. Generally, the sweet potato would be eggplant if you were doing this in like the traditional ratatouille way. However, my kids will not touch eggplant, and if I'm being honest, it's not my favorite either. So I swapped the eggplant for sweet potatoes in mine, but if you want to keep it a little more traditional, eggplant is the way to go. Uh-oh. Boom. That did not take me that long, maybe like 8 to 10 minutes. Now we get to move on to our veggie ratatouille assembly process. So we're gonna take a 12-inch cast iron skillet and we're gonna cover the bottom with our tomato sauce. Don't freak out, it's gonna be fine. Tomato sauce has a lot of acid, so it might strip your pan a little bit. If you're scared about stripping your cast iron pan, maybe don't use your grandma's favorite cast iron pan, or you could use a 9x13 glass baking dish. Having the sauce in the bottom of our ratatouille will help support all the vegetables that we're about to put on top, and it kind of simmers down and creates this really rich, delicious base. So now we gotta get this thing pretty. So I start by stacking one of every vegetable, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And kind of make these little repeatable stacks, alternating colors, and they all should be pretty close in size. And then once we get a good stack, we just nestle that in to our tomato sauce. I kind of like to angle it just a little bit and then set it in. And I'm just gonna do that all the way around.
Are you saying the pattern in your head?
Yes, I am. Could you hear my brain thinking? Zucchini, sweet potato, yellow squash, tomato. Zucchini, sweet potato, yellow squash, tomato. I mean, you could do it in whatever order you wanted, I suppose. That's just how mine ended up today.
art.
Okay, happy with that. Now we start on row 2. And for row 2, we're gonna go same direction, or sorry, same pattern, opposite direction. So it's like they lay against each other, you know? All right, third and final row, I usually just make a couple like straight lines that can sit side by side. If you're like me, you might end up with a few extras of everything. That's all right. Put them in a baggie, save them for your omelets tomorrow morning, or make a yummy stir fry. I'm happy with how full this is, so I don't want to add any more in. All we have to do next is drizzle the top with a little bit of olive oil and then season with the chicken seasoning. The olive oil is going to add some fatty richness, but it's also going to help develop some color on the top of our vegetables. I'm gonna simply sprinkle the top with my chicken seasoning. This is a great one. It has thyme, it has rosemary, it has some really delicious herbs that I think complement the vegetables perfectly. This is gonna go right into a preheated smoker, 225 degrees Fahrenheit. I would recommend a pretty bold wood with this one. We want it to be able to stand on its own, and really I think these vegetables can stand up to a strong smoke. So I would do something like an oak or a hickory, and that's gonna be on the smoker for the next 2 hours. Our ratatouille has been smoking for the last 2 hours at 225. Now we need to increase the heat to 375. This is where a pellet grill comes in really handy. Just turn up the temperature dial to 375 and let it go for another 30 to 40 minutes. We just want to caramelize the top and tighten up the sauce by evaporating out some of the liquid. If you don't want to do this in your pellet smoker, or you don't have a smoker that can jump up in temperature that quickly, you can do this next step in your oven. You're not going to be picking up a ton of smoke flavor anyway. It's more just a high heat blast to really concentrate the flavors and get the texture nice and soft. Our ratatouille has been cooking at 375 for the last 40 minutes. I'm really happy with the caramelization we were able to get on the top of our vegetables. The sauce is bubbly and delicious and it looks so good. We're gonna roll up some fresh basil and just cut it into a nice chiffonade, which is basically thin strips, and then sprinkle it over the top of our vegetables. Now I think this is just delicious as is, but I do know some people that maybe popped some Parmesan on top for a little extra salty, cheesy goodness. I also know people like to serve this over pasta for a really rich pasta dish. But again, I think it stands on its own really nicely as a very hearty vegetable dish. I think if you wanted, to make veggies a focus for an evening, or you had vegetarian guests or friends coming over, they would be absolutely thrilled and honored that you would cook something this beautiful and thoughtful for them. Oh, I'm so excited. Isn't that gorgeous? It looks so pretty. It smells even better. And I just realized that I forgot a fork. So we're going in with our fingers. This is incredibly delicious, and I think it's a lot more complex flavor-wise than you would think for something as simple as veggies in a tomato sauce. I would say everything here is cooked perfectly. It still has texture. It's not mushy, it's not soft. It's fragrant, it's vibrant. Honestly, it just feels like the end of summer when all of those zucchinis and squashes are coming in, the tomatoes are on the vines. This is something that I could eat all year long. I hope you guys give this one a try. I hope you give the veggies the respect that they deserve. When you do, snap a photo of this beautifully photogenic dish, post it on social media, use the hashtag #HeyGrillHey. That way I can see it and cheer you on your journey to becoming a backyard barbecue hero. See you guys next time.